My adult child went no contact, and I'm not completely sure of all the reasons, and
I can see why you're an estranged parent. No adult child goes no contact for no reason.
I have written letters and apologized, and I've begged to go to therapy. I just don't know what to do. I'm heartbroken.
You estranged parents are all alike. I bet you were abusive. You were an abusive parent.
Take accountability. All you estranged parents are alike.
I'm just heartbroken. I don't know what to do.
No adult child orphans themselves. No adult child wakes up one day and just wants to go no contact.
8 signs that your mom is a narcissist. You know how I know? Because my mom's a narcissist too. So, believe me, I can tell. Even though I haven't met you, and I don't even know who you are, I know that your mom is a narcissist. And if you want help, I can help you. You can go to the link in my bio. You can look through the link tree, check out my books, my podcasts, or sign up for one of my services. Just get your credit card ready.
Your adult children don't owe you anything.
Like, I have a good relationship with my adult children. I would never allow this to ever happen in my family.
Okay, so I, in the comments section, will link this video back to another one where this creator who's hiding behind a screen in an avatar took a snippet of a video that I made about dreaming my mother, or fantasizing that my mother died so that the pain would stop. I was a little girl. Like, that's how I would fall asleep at night. Because that's how children fall asleep when they have a mother who's loving and caring and kind, right? they fall asleep wishing that their parent could die so they could escape. Anyway, I'll put it in the comment section so that you can go back to it to get a vibe from who this individual is, who's obviously estranged and doesn't believe in taking accountability and is trying to manipulate anybody who's watching into thinking that the estranged children are clowns and evil, and the therapists who help them are evil, because that was quite a mask on that one. And ironic that on those, she uses a mask, but on the perpetrator, the parent, she uses a frail old woman. Tell me why you're estranged without telling me why you're estranged. I mean, she wants all this sensitivity and this judgment to fall away for her experience without acknowledging the experiences of the adult child in their childhood that led them to where they had to go no contact. I don't know about you, and maybe you could put it in the comments section. When I was a little girl, I didn't dream of having a mother who hurt me. I did dream of becoming an orphan without knowing what that meant, just because I wanted the pain to stop and I wanted her gone. I also equally dreamed that maybe one day she would love me, and kept working really hard for that. So it was either death and freedom, or I'm good enough for her to love me. That kind of sums up a big part of my childhood. I never imagined or dreamt, though, that as an adult, I would be completely alone in the world without a family of origin. I have my children and I have my chosen family, so there's that. I didn't always have my chosen family, and really my children have me because they aren't my friends, they aren't my peers. So that's not the same thing as having a family of origin of older adults that you can look to for support, or equal adults that you can look to for support, right? This is not that. How many of you dreamt that when you grew up, you would end your relationship with the person who was hurting you the most while still receiving the love and connection from the people who weren't? who probably looked better than they were by contrast, by the way. How many of you dreamt that? How many of you thought, one day I want to be an adult orphan and have no family? Like, literally, please drop it in the comment section. I don't even remember what other drivel she said in this video. Drivel is my word of the day today. I'm a little snarky sparky because she's kind of, she didn't. Watching my video, where I was talking about wanting the pain to stop and fantasizing about my mother dying. And I mean, I was like 9 and 10 and 11 years old when I would feel this way, and dream this way, fantasize this way, hit an emotional chord in me that I didn't anticipate. So I'm a little bit like, if I'm not as articulate as I usually am. But let's see some of the things that she has to say. 'Cause she says like all sorts of, she types out things like, I'm kind of thinking like the worst thing ever right now. Well, okay, maybe not ever, but on the list of worst things ever is an estranged parent who discovers AI. Because they're really taking off with that. They love the AI now. All the regurgitated talking points are boring. So our feelings are boring. Because this video wasn't. Actually, this video is damaging and abusive. Not all, but, okay, well, you just negated the sentence. You know when you put but, you negate, yeah, okay. The harmful licensed therapists and coaches, your reign is coming to an end. Oh no, I'm running. I gotta go, folks. Bye. I'm scared. My reign, my power over people isn't that crazy? This estranged parent lost their power over their supply. Their reign has come to an end. Oh my God, people's projection at its finest in real time. I didn't read this before. I just screen recorded this. So I'm like, wow. Okay. When applicable, families are beginning to heal. There has been a shift. No contact is out. Reunification is in. Is this a style? Like, is there like a sweater that, was a no contact sweater that I should be now replacing with a reunification sweater? Oh, trend. That's where she's going. The trend on the internet. That's hilarious and tragic and disgusting all wrapped up into one. And definitely some snarky sparky going on here. I just think like, wow, you are telling on yourself at so many levels. So I don't like the word reunification, by the way, because of the ways that children have been damaged by reunification. I prefer to say repair, and repair has never been out nor in. It is available to everyone who chooses to empower themselves through accountability for their behavior, their actions, and through the respect that they show others. So we don't have to just keep this to estrangements between adult children and parents. This goes across the board. Repair is something that is available. However, it's available for a limited time because there is a point in time where repair is no longer good enough, or where, because, it still comes with that reinforcement of boundaries constantly and the thing. And, you start to repair and you see that it's not going anywhere and that the past isn't being acknowledged for those of us who wish that it would be, and all of those things. So repair has a shelf life. You have an opportunity to repair relationships. However, you have to show up with accountability and your ego checked at the door. You have to show up with the ability to keep the, focus on the person that you hurt instead of on the protection that you are trying to, put in place so that you don't have to feel as bad as maybe you feel, or through the excuses that you make, or through asking for forgiveness rather than giving a real apology that is recognized as the verb that it is. I mean, an apology is a verb. An apology is not just about taking accountability for how you hurt a person. The verb part of it is about not doing it again. There was a point in time where I would have had a relationship with my mother and put all the past in the past, and I told her that. And she chose not to jump on that bandwagon because of the fact that it didn't behoove her, and because I was too much of a live wire for her in terms of she had a narrative around me of I was the horrible person. And if I entered her life again and people saw that I wasn't, that makes me a threat to her. You know, that makes me a threat to her narrative. There were other moving pieces in there as well. And then I realized that I wanted to have a mommy, and that no matter the number of apologies that she would give me, the shelf life of repair had expired, because at the end of the day, sometimes you can do too many things where you don't deserve to have access to the other person, even if you come forth with an apology and a change of behavior. For me, at that point, I didn't even want an apology. I just wanted a change of behavior. And maybe if she had done that and it stuck, we would have been okay. I don't know. The point where I am now, I would never betray little Marnie after all the things that she did to her and be in a relationship with her, no matter how much she changed. That's just where I am. That isn't the case for everyone. You know, it's just, I have peace in my life now. I don't want to be in a relationship with someone that can't be trusted. And what she did to me throughout my childhood puts her on that plane. I would always be concerned that somewhere along the line, the mask would slip and she would hurt me 1,000 times worse, if I could compare it even to when I was in my childhood. But this whole thing, like, this is out and this is in, repair is always in. I would much rather see a parent-child, adult-child relationship healed than permanently blown apart. However, we can't repair relationships with people who don't choose to do better. You know, reunification, such an interesting word. And really the reason I don't like it is it just is kind of like, oh, we're back together, status quo. Yeah. What do you think? I would love your input on this. I'm just, yeah, she's got a million of these kinds of telling herself kind of comments, and yeah. So sad to spend so much energy not taking accountability when it's a lot easier to take accountability and do the work. Like, all this time, like, I know making content, the amount of time it takes me to edit a video, like to do an AI video like that, that's a lot of therapy she could be doing for herself. Oh, but wait a minute. Us therapists were the devil. I forgot. Yeah. We were the devil, right? You know, just give me your credit card. No, I think that was some projection too. All right. I'll see you later. Thank you so much for being here. If there's somebody that you would like me to feature, please let me know. Put it in the comment section. If you tag me on their video, they will block me and I won't know what you want. So, okay. All right. Thanks. See you soon. Bye.